Chapter 4. The Open House. There are farms, and there are places that could be farms. Now I know you were told that all the farms were gone, and they were. For 3 weeks straight, the farmer calls the woman who works for the company that sells houses to check if there are any farms for sale, and each week she says the same thing. There are no farms left. The 4th time they call, she says something different. She suggests they look at some houses that could be farms. So that's just what they do. For the first one, they all go. The farmer and his wife sit in the front seat with all 3 kids crammed in the back. The house is on a quiet road with a creek running at the end of it. "My friend Sydney lives on this road," a voice interjects quietly from the back seat. The farmer's wife turns to look at Hannah. A picture fills her mind. Sydney and Hannah riding bikes up and down the quiet road, spending late nights on porch swings, whispering hopes and dreams between giggles and sweet tea. The truck comes to a stop. "We're here," the farmer says. Jacob peers out the window. "Is this our new house?" "Maybe," the farmer's wife says as she jumps out. Tea parties and sleepovers, dances and crushes. The farmer's door opens and slowly closes. The farmer's wife turns back to look at him. He isn't looking at her. His eyes are locked on the house. On the porch. Her eyes go there too. The picture of 2 girls fade, replaced by sagging stones and hanging beams. Jacob bounds past the farmer, racing for the porch. The farmer's protective arm grips him and pulls back. "Whoa, better not go that way." The stairs he'd been racing toward are crumbling, along with the rest of the porch. It's sinking into the ground, trying to take the house with it. "Maybe it's just the outside," the farmer says to his wife, whose face matches that pork, sunken and dejected. "Let's try the back door," he says to everyone else, leading the way. They silently follow. The woman who works for the company that sells houses is standing by the back door, waiting for them. Her smile is big and bright. "There are 3 bedrooms," she says, opening the door. "Not 4?" the farmer's wife asks. The computer had said there were 4. 1 for each child, with 1 left over for a farmer and his wife. "No." Still smiling. "And a pool?" a child asks. "No pool." "And no barn?" the farmer asks. "There's a garage," the woman who works for the company that sells houses says. "You could turn that into a barn." The farmer's wife frowns. Animals won't like that very much. They'll always wonder if the family wouldn't rather have just had a car and trade a few of them in for 1 or 3. The farmer's wife looks around the tiny kitchen. It might work if she really, really tries. "Let's look upstairs," she offers. "Maybe the bedrooms are big." The woman who works for the company that sells houses leads the way. The first bedroom is tiny. "Maybe this is meant to be an office," the farmer says. "I hope not," the woman laughs. "It's the biggest one." The farmer's wife looks at the farmer. The farmer looks at her. "What does this door lead to?" the farmer asks. All turn to a small door at the end of the hallway. Maybe the woman who works for the company that sells houses had been wrong. Maybe this was the missing bedroom. The farmer's wife opens the door. A staircase that goes steeply upward meets them there. The attic. An attic can be good. They can fix it up into the bedroom they need. The stairs creak and groan under the weight of the farmer and the 5 others who follow him. All freeze as sunlight pours down on their faces. The woman who works for the company that sells houses steps past them to have a look for herself. A bright sunbeam spills across her face. She squints and shades her eyes with her hands. This is not the house for you. She is no longer smiling. The only thing keeping us dry right now is because it's not raining outside. All of them look up. It is true. There is nothing but open sky above them. The farmer's wife leans towards the farmer. I didn't know you can have a house without a roof. You can't, he says, and turns to head back downstairs. All follow. Down the attic stairs, down the stairs by the 3 tiny bedrooms, out of the house and into the truck to go home. So, that isn't going to be our house, Jacob asks. No, they all answer. It's a terrible, terrible house. The farmer looks at his wife before turning back to him. Don't worry, we'll find just the right spot for our family.